this absolutely sucks. This is definitely not the day I was planning on having. Yo, so I'm driving to this spot that I found on I-Overlander, which is like 80 miles away. I've been driving for like 3 hours, and I was driving to a gas station, and while I'm driving, my car like shuts off while I'm driving. And I'm like on the freeway, so it shuts off, and then I like crank it back up, and then I'm able to drive. And then right as I'm pulling into the gas station, it shut off again, and I was pulling in, trying to steer, and it was really hard to steer, and because it was just like off. And I was pressing the brake, and the brake didn't work until the car just came to a stop. And so now I'm just stuck here, not even at a pump or anything. All right, so I called this auto shop like 5 minutes before they're closing, and I told them what was going on. They're like, bring it down, we can see what we can do. They thought it was the serpentine belt, which would have been an easy fix, but it's not. So we're driving to a different place. Hopefully we make it. And they told me that if it's a easy enough thing to fix, that they'll do it for no charge, which is crazy. So hopefully this is easy to fix and I can get back on the road, because I'm not in an area that I know at all. So it would suck to just be stranded here. Just driving a little. And it's off. The wheel is like impossible to turn, and the brakes are impossible to freaking brake. Oh my god. Good. So it seems like whenever I start pressing on the brakes, yep, it just died again. I pushed the brakes down so hard to get it to like slowly stop. This sucks. Okay, so one of the mechanics named Correy like graciously offered to let me park in his yard tonight. He was like, you can park in my yard. He was even like, if you need to grab a shower, you can do that. He was like, I also got some steak I was gonna cook tonight. So, and he was like, please come over, dude. Like, he's like, if your car works or not, because it's getting dark. He was like, please come on through. And if it doesn't work in the morning, we'll take it back to the shop. So right now it's not working at all. It's like really dangerous to drive. Luckily he lives like 1 mile down the road. So I'm gonna take him up on his offer and drive down there. Oh man, this sucks. This really sucks. Hopefully we can make it there safely without this happening too much. It seems to only happen when I'm slowing down, and his house is like a straight shot then a left turn, so hopefully I can make that without it doing that. Wish me luck. All right, I just parked in this lot that's outside of one of the mechanics' house, and now I'm about to go inside and use the bathroom, maybe take a shower, and join them for dinner. So, yeah.
Hey. The girls in there now.
Nice. Okay, so I'm back on the road. The van seems to be driving properly. Seems to be. This is gonna definitely be a story time. So right now I am headed to a campsite that I found on iOverlander. Apparently, from what I was reading, it might be haunted. A lot of reviews said some creepy stuff, but I'll get into that when we get there. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna get a campfire going when I get to the spot, and we'll do a story time about how I am now driving the van. So yeah, let's head to this spot and get a fire going. Okay, I think this is it. Oh my God. You guys, this is like the most breathtaking view I've ever seen in my entire life. This doesn't even look real. What? Do you guys see this? You can't see the depth. When I walked up on it, I almost got dizzy. When I walked up here, I almost got dizzy. It just, wow. Okay, this is our camp spot for the night. I think this is like a fire pit. It's like kicked over. I don't think there's currently a fire ban, so I might see what I can do with that. And I have 5G service out here. Oh yeah. Man. All right, so a lot of reviews that I read on this campsite says that somewhere on this campground there is a like grave site, and there's a name on it. I don't see it. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go looking for it, but some of the reviews said stuff like they heard stuff at night coming from the direction of where the grave is, and some people were saying how they heard like kicking at their door and stuff like that from the direction of the grave. Like, I'll put the thing that I read right here. But I don't see a grave right now, and I'm not gonna go looking for one. So Hopefully we're good. You like the spot, Bubby? Time to start a fire. Now my secret ingredient for good kindling is cotton swabs that are marinated in Vaseline or vapor rub in this case. It's a really good kindling. So I'm gonna add this to that and then throw some of the tinder on top and hopefully we'll have a good fire. Tomorrow morning, I think we're gonna leave here like really early and try to make it to this hot spring. There's a hot spring like 10 minutes away from here that I have been reading about and it looks really nice. And it's a little on the unknown side, so I'm gonna leave here really early and hope that we get it to ourselves. So I'm pretty sure I just accidentally stumbled upon the grave that everyone's been talking about. I'm not gonna go investigate or anything like that because this is not Blair Witch and we don't do that. let the rest, yeah? Let the resting rest. All right, so while the fire's going, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a quick little story time for what happened to the van. So I get in the van and we're driving to Oregon and we're about an hour away from the spot we are at now. And I look down at my dashboard and my check engine light is on. And literally my heart sunk. I was like, no, this cannot be happening. Because I keep my maintenance up. Whenever I need an oil change, I get it. So I had no idea why it was happening. And right when I noticed that the engine light was on, my car like jerked and then the gas didn't do anything. I was pushing on the gas and it wasn't doing anything. And it was hard to steer. And I was on the freeway, by the way. So we're going 60 something miles per hour. This car's flying by. I couldn't turn the wheel or anything. So I'm like freaking out, but I keep my composure and I just get off to the side of the road. And luckily I was right next to a gas station. So I pulled off, went to the gas station and it's like 4:45. I had no idea what was wrong with the van. I Google what repair shops are near. 2 pop up and they both close at 5. It's like 4:55 at this point. So I just kind of give up. I'm like, well, I can't call them because they're about to close. No one's going to help me. So in a moment of just like, let's just figure it out. Let's just try it. I call one of the numbers and I'm like, hey, I know you guys are about to close, but I literally just got stranded on the side of the road. My car isn't really driving. It keeps turning off And the guy was like, you know what? I might know what's wrong. Just bring it down here. If you can drive it down here, I can take a look at it. So I hop back on the road. The car keeps shutting off. I keep having to pull over, start it back up, get back on the road. And I'm like so anxious because it's getting late and I'm hoping that I can make it to this place. I make it, and the guy who owns the shop comes out. His name's Correy. And he's like, go ahead, man, breathe. We're gonna take care of it. He opens up the hood. He thought it was the serpentine belt. It wasn't. So he was like, you know what? It's not what I thought it was. By the way, we are a body shop, not an auto mechanic. But don't worry, I'll call my mechanic. And if we can get it over there, have him take a look at it. So he calls up his guy. His guy's like, yeah, bring it on down. So it's only a mile away. So we get it there, and his friend, the mechanic, his name is John, takes a look at it. He doesn't really know what the problem is. Then he looks at the battery and sees that the bolts are kind of loose. So he tightens them, and he's like, that may have been it, because if you're not getting adequate power, your car can just shut off while you're driving. So I get back in it, turn it on, start driving, and it keeps doing it. The guy who owned the auto shop, Correy, was like, hey, man, just so you know, you can literally spend the night at my house if you want. And he was like, I have a big grass lot. You can park there, and we can bring it over there in the morning and get your car taken care of. So I spent the night on this grass lot. It was so kind. Me and Correy hung out in his house. We watched Netflix, and then we went to Dairy Queen and got blizzards. It was a good night. He had a dog who was amazing. Just had a great time. He told me his whole journey about how he went through a rough time, and now he's, you know, he found Christ and all that. He told me his whole story. And the next morning, he made me breakfast. He let me use the shower in his house, and that was just super nice. After that, we head back to the mechanic, and John thinks he knows what it is. So it was the temperature sensor. So Correy went to the shop, picked up the part, they put it in there, cranked it up, and it sounded like a brand new car. It just cut on, sounded beautiful. And of course, after this, obviously, I'm like, hey, so, you know, where can I go to like an ATM to get some cash? And Correy was like, don't worry about it, man. He told me that he was gonna take care of it. And he was like, when you called and I could hear your voice, he was like, right when you called me, I knew that I was gonna help you out. Because I called and I was so panicked, because this is my house. Anything happening to this thing, you know, I don't have anywhere to stay. So he was like, right when I heard you on the other side of the phone, I knew I was gonna help you out. So they sent me on my way with my car, with Astro fixed up, and we drove to this beautiful spot with this amazing view. So thank you, Correy. Thank you, John. I could not thank them enough. Really feeling blessed by that. Man, this was amazing. I'm gonna get this fire started back up because it's about to die. And yeah, it's been a good day.
Unless a centipede make it in your bedroom, and you swear, God, the bugger's out to get you. And I digress, 'cause I must make you the perfect morning. I try my best to scoop the slugger out the window. And there's a praying mantis prancing on your bathtub, and you swear it's a priest from a past life out to get you. And I digress. Some must make you the perfect evening. I try my best to put the priest inside a jam jar.
All right, I'm about to go to bed, and I will see you guys bright and early in the morning to check out the hot springs. So last night was really fun. That was such a beautiful spot. Like, that view was definitely the best view at a campsite I've had since I've been out here. Like, wow. Right now we are headed to a hot spring, and we're gonna go for a soak. Hopefully no one's there. Hopefully no one's there. I found it. I found it. Wow, that looks beautiful. Look at this. Oh man, this is this is incredible. This is so freaking awesome, man. This is my first hot spring of the fall, and there will be plenty more. This is really awesome, man. Oh man, I'm really hungry. So after this, we're gonna make breakfast. That was amazing. That was absolutely incredible. I haven't been to a hot spring in like 3 years or something like that. we're definitely gonna hit up more hot springs. This was amazing. Now it's time to go make breakfast. And Mateo, go ahead, grab one. All right, so I met this amazing family here. They're here at the hot spring. We got Mateo and Eric. Anybody else? Would y'all like some? You want some? Come on down, man. How's it taste?
So good.
It's good? Give me 1 second. Go ahead.
Hello. That is so good. Then I got for you, then for Pai and Ma.
Go ahead.
I'm getting this for my grandma.
Okay.
Oh my god, your food is so good.
It's good?
Taught you.
I taught myself. Yeah.
I'm gonna get this one.
Good one.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
Oh my god.
Enjoy the hot spring, yeah?
Have a great day.
You too. Bye. That was awesome. That was really awesome. So I'm out here cooking, and while I'm cooking, this van just pulls up beside me, and there's this whole big family inside, and they rolled the window down, and like this one kid, I think it was probably like a teenager, he was like, hey, are the hot springs close to here? I was like, yeah, just walk down this thing, they're like 100 yards max. And then this like smaller kid, he had to be like 10, he was like, are you from YouTube? I think I know you from YouTube. And I was like, what? They all come out and they're like asking me questions about my channel, and they're like, you have a cat? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so where's your house? And I was like, this is my house. And one kid, like the youngest one, walks up to me cooking, and he's like, that smells really good. And I'm like, yeah, it does. He was like, can I have some? And I was like, you have to ask your parent. So he asked his parent. They're like, yeah. So I like shared. I'm glad I had extra. I like sliced up one whole cutlet and just like add the mayonnaise and everything, and like let everybody try it. And they were like, this is amazing. And then two of the kids are like, can you put us on your channel? And I was like, you definitely have to ask your parent for that. And so they asked their parent, and they're like, yeah. So the main kid who knew me from YouTube, his name was also Mateo. So that's awesome. That was really crazy. This is like not a well-known hot spring. So the fact that somebody pulls up and they knew who I was, that's crazy. Crazy. Let's get into the sandwich. I had not tried it yet. They got to try the pork. I haven't tried it yet, so we'll see what it tastes like. Oh, this looks amazing though. How do I keep doing it? I did it again. This is definitely going in the cookbook. All right, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This has been a really awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one, astronauts. Peace.